Marisa. How have you been feeling lately?
Oh, hello, Kayla. These days are just ordinary days, but I'm fine.
So, you and I have chosen the two questions from the midterm question, right?
Mm-hmm.
I will start to ask the question you have chosen. So, the first question is, can you tell me about your schools from your kindergarten up to the present time?
When I was in kindergarten, it was fine, but I wasn't very good at socializing. In those formative years, I often felt apprehensive and uncertain in the presence of my peers. Nevertheless, as the days turned into months and months turned into years, I began to embrace the art of socializing. With each passing day, I grew more adept at interacting with others, especially my peers. Through patience and perseverance, I developed the confidence to express myself.
So, the second question is, why did you choose women for your bachelor degree, and why did you choose PCD as your major?
I trust this university because it has earned the trust of many due to its accreditation. Furthermore, my desire to concentrate on the design department contributes to the reliability of this university. This campus specifically caters to multimedia careers. Moreover, my primary focus will be on pursuing a career in design, as I've always harbored a dream of working in the visual arts, and I trust this campus due to its accreditation. And now it's my turn to ask you the question that you choose. So, what type
Okay,
of house would you like to live in the future and why?
living in a house sounds nice, but for me, in the future, I'd love to live in an apartment because I'm not particularly fond of overly expensive and capacious residences as they tend to make me feel uneasy. Therefore, I prefer a much smaller one or like a more compact living space, one that is just right for myself, neither overly spacious nor overly small. And I prefer to live in an urban setting rather than an isolated countryside or a neighborhood because actually since I was little, I love watching the cityscapes view from higher places, especially at night. And living in an apartment actually allows you to have a closer connection to the skies. So, hence why I'd love to live in an apartment by myself in the future.
What is your favorite type of music and why? Tell me the reason.
So, I regularly listen to music as I find it necessary to have music on whenever I'm studying or working on something. And this actually leads to some changes in my music taste because over the years there has been a noticeable change in my music taste because back when I was around 12 I was into pop and rock genres, and I actually used to love this one rock band and they were called 5 Seconds of Summer. But these days I actually prefer to listen to music that is not loud because now I find it to be distracting, especially when I'm trying to focus on my task. Hence why these days I found that R&B is the perfect fit for my current listening preferences. And also sometimes that I listen to classical music to help me concentrate on my work.
I see. So your taste of music does change over the years. So for now, I will describe a photo about types of graphic design software like in my background. So there are various software used for designing. But the most commonly used by graphic designer is the Adobe Software Group, which includes applications such as Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator, Adobe InDesign, Adobe Lightroom, and Adobe After Effects. The individual in the photograph is designing on a computer and using color indicators to determine the most suitable color for the design. The designer in this photo also uses Wacom for designing. Also, it seems that this designer was active in the year of 2010, a time when there were many touchscreen cell phone users. Also, the computer desktop also appeared to look less modern. This photo is also taken in the midday because of the strong natural lighting, and the man looks very serious at design.
I see. This is quite interesting because the designer is using a color indicators, which I actually would like to try someday when I'm working on my designs. And I think it will be fun and quite helpful. What about you, Marissa?
Yes, it did really help the designer so that the colors in the design looks better and have more contrast. Next time, when I'm designing, maybe I will try to use color indicators too. Oh, Kayla, I'm interested and curious to see what photo do you choose.
Oh, so I chose this picture behind me. This picture shows a man in a work environment, precisely at his workstation, where he is positioned in front of two computer screens, along with a cup of coffee placed on his desk. And the man is dressed in a relaxed sweater, which I think it is a perfect fit to wear for work because it strikes a balance between formality and comfort, which makes it a suitable choice for work attire. And observing the background, I also noticed that the window shows a dark hue, indicating that the photograph was taken during nighttime. And we can see from the photo that the man appears to be deeply focused in his work. And if we take a closer look at the image, it shows that the man is working in creating a 3D environmental settings using a specialized software, and which I think in here he is using a software application called Blender, which is made for creating 3D designs, whether it's modeling, animation, or 3D rendering. And this shown that the man works as a designer, specifically a 3D environmental artist. And I can also see from the image that he has developed an advanced design ability, and particularly in the area of 3D designs, which is a crucial skill for professionals in this field.
The designer is surely an expert in making three-dimensional design.
Yes, because the designer in this photo is an adult and he seems like a experienced 3D artist.
So now, for question number three, from the topic that we already chose, we choose the topic of the role of printing in modern life. Kayla, did you know that printings play a crucial role in modern life? It serves as a means of communication for conveying messages, whether in written or visual forms, such as cartoons and comics in printed format. This medium is particularly effective for reaching individuals who can read and have leisure time. Also, print media production can be in the form of newspapers, tabloids, books, bulletins, or flyers, and this makes production print media usually depends on the shape and form of the nature of the program to be launched.
But did you also know that printings have a role in advertising too, such as like posters? It is a large and eye-catching prints designed to convey a message or promote a product or event. And they are often displayed in public places. And aside from posters, there are also brochure. So brochure is an informative document that is typically folded into a compact format that provides details about a company, product, or service, and they are used in trade shows, marketing campaigns, and product showcases.
For all of those, graphic designers also created a promotional leaflet. It's an informative and visually appealing marketing materials designed to promote a product, service, event, or a brand. These leaflets are meticulously crafted by graphic designers to effectively convey key messages and engage the target audience. They often incorporate compelling visuals, persuasive copy, and a well thought out layout to capture the reader's attention.
I see. So creating promotional leaflets is very useful, especially for those who want to advertise its product, right? And I also think by including various design elements such as color schemes, typography, imagery, or branding, graphic designers can create promotional leaflets that are not only visually appealing, but also align with the overall marketing objective of the business or organization.
I can give you an example of promotional leaflet work. Introducing our newest product, Berkasehat, is now here to maintain the health of you and your family. With selected natural ingredients and a special formula. Get the benefits now with special prices for a limited time only. Enjoy the benefits of shopping at Berkasehat with discount up to 30% for your first purchase. Immediately visit our shop at Jalan Sehat number 10 or order online via our official website. Don't miss this opportunity to achieve a healthy and sustainable lifestyle with Berkasehat. By using attractive visual elements, these tags can be combined with an attractive design on promotional flyers, which will help the catch of the attention of potential customers and encourage them to take purchasing action.
I agree that combining an attractive design on promotional leaflets can surely attract more audience. And also, we need to keep in mind that promotional leaflets should mirror the brand identity and also address the specific audience and effectively communicate the intended message. And therefore, make sure that the main message in the leaflet is short, easy to grasp, and also highlights what's in it for the audience. And I also think that by including the details such as the address or location, contact number, social media, or the time will be useful in creating a good promotional leaflet. Sign industry. So, have you actually ever bought something because of an advertisement that you saw?
Well, it did ever happen to me. I once bought food that was actually just my desire, even though at that time I didn't feel hungry. Like a snack, for example.
Oh, it actually happened to me too. I actually believe that everyone has experienced this at least once in their lifetime.
Of course, the hunger of the eyes is sometimes difficult to resist, especially on payday.
So, why did you buy this snack? Was it due to the appealing visual of the advertisement? And if so, what kind of like aspect or elements do you believe that contributed to making the advertisement look even more captivating?
Well, because the snack looks delicious and it was on promotion at that time, especially since it was my payday, I sure cannot resist the temptation to buy it. I saw the advertisement on the internet, and in terms of the appealing packaging, the snack looks delicious to eat. What about you? What product did you buy and why?
So, in my case, it was a makeup product, specifically an eyeshadow palette released by a brand called Pink Flash. I was intrigued and tempted after coming across their advertising campaign, which they heavily emphasized the color pink throughout their branding. And the product itself had a very cute packaging and a very glittery appearance. And at that time, I was actually trying to find a reliable brand that offered glittery or shimmering eyeshadows. And when I stumbled upon their advertisement on my social media platform, I just couldn't resist the temptation to make a purchase.
Anyway, Kayla, have you regret any of your impulsive purchases? Because I once regretfully bought too many foods at the mini market for my breakfast, like oatmeal, bread, sprinkles, and milk. I thought that I ran out of my food stock at my house, and once I came back home, it turns out I still have the same food stock at my house. Like, wow, why am I so impulsive back then?
That's actually pretty sad. Like, I can totally relate to your feeling. For me, personally, I also experienced a recent regret involving buying a K-pop photo card, which I purchased impulsively at a rather high cost, and it was super expensive just because I feel jealous and envy when I see others owning it. And now the price has dropped drastically to almost the same price of the items that you mentioned before.
You bought an expensive K-pop photo card? Dude, that was actually wow. But anyways, this was a really great discussion session with you. I get to know your views, preferences, and experience.
Me too. I actually enjoy having this talk with you too. Thank you, Arisa.
Thank you, Kayla. Have a nice day.
Have a nice day.